Richard Blackwood froze in the doorway of the nursery. His 6-year-old daughter, Isabella, mute for over 2 years, was singing a flawless French melody, while Kesha, the nanny he had reluctantly hired, played the piano. His mind raced. Selective mutism, neurological disorder, specialist warnings, none of it mattered now. What was happening in front of him? "Explain," Richard barked, making both women jump. Isabella fell silent immediately, her blue eyes wide with fear. Kesha stood, calm but firm, placing a hand protectively on the girl's shoulder. "She chooses, sir. She has always been able to speak," Kesha said evenly. "She chooses when and with whom." Richard laughed bitterly. "She's 6, practically mute. Doctors said she might never speak. And you, a nanny, somehow fixed her in 2 months?" His contempt was sharp, a blade he wielded with ease. "I didn't cure her, sir," Kesha replied. "I listened. She tells me incredible stories every day. She knows 3 languages and plays 4 instruments." Richard spat. "Lies. My daughter can barely communicate. The medical reports say it all." Then Isabella did something that stunned them both. She stepped forward, eyes locked on her father. "Daddy, I talk. I just don't talk to people who don't want to listen to me." Silence filled the room. Richard turned pale, as if confronted by a ghost of the truth he had ignored for years. He wanted to assert dominance. "Kesha, you're fired. Out. Now?" "No!" Isabella screamed, clinging to Kesha's dress. "She's the only one who understands me." Richard's fury didn't falter. "You've manipulated her. I don't know what tricks you've used, but it ends today." Kesha remained composed. "As you wish. But before I go, Isabella has something to show you that might change the way you see her." He ignored her. 10 minutes. That was all the time he allowed. Kesha gathered her things, but not without a quiet challenge. "Do you really believe your daughter is incapable, or are you afraid she's smarter than you think?" Richard flinched. "How dare you? I've documented every interaction, every story she's told, every song she's played. Not to punish, but to prove the truth." Kesha revealed a small recorder. "This is just the beginning." Isabella's cries echoed down the hallway as Richard escorted her to her room, ignoring her pleas. Kesha left with a calm determination, knowing the records would speak louder than any words he could force. 3 days later, Isabella refused to eat, speak, or engage with the new, highly qualified nanny. Margaret Foster, the professional Richard had hired to replace Kesha, observed the girl silently, noting trauma beneath her silence. When Isabella handed Margaret a napkin, asking, "Is Kesha coming back?" the truth of neglect became undeniable. Across town, Kesha reviewed months of recordings and notes. Dr. Sarah Chun, her mentor at Columbia University, analyzed the files with outrage. "This child is extraordinary. She's gifted, emotionally resilient, and systematically misunderstood by her own father," Dr. Chun said. Kesha nodded calmly. Richard needed to see the truth before anyone else. A week later, Richard's world crumbled. Notifications flooded his phone, social services requests, urgent calls, and an invitation to a press conference at Columbia University. KJ, it read, Kesha Johnson. At the conference, Dr. Chun presented Isabella's case. Recordings played, singing operas in Italian, discussing advanced mathematics, sharing complex ideas, all evidence of a brilliant child silenced by bias and neglect. Emails surfaced showing Richard instructing therapists to maintain a narrative of limitation. Richard's arrogance evaporated. Kesha handed him folders of Isabella's compositions, drawings, and writings. "She didn't need a cure, Mr. Blackwood. She needed to be seen. Your version of normal has been far too limited." Richard slumped in his chair. Defeated, confronted not by vengeance but by documented truth, he understood the depth of his mistake. Kesha had preserved and revealed the brilliance he had ignored. 6 months later, Richard watched in awe as Isabella, fluent in 5 languages and a composer of original pieces, received a Medal of Honor for academic excellence. She whispered, "Daddy, are you proud now?" Richard hugged her, tears streaming. "I've always been proud. I just had to learn to see it." Kesha, now a nationally recognized child development consultant, watched from the audience. Her victory was not destruction, but transformation. Richard Blackwood had become the father Isabella deserved. Sometimes the greatest treasures aren't hidden in gold or jewels. They're right in front of us, waiting to be recognized. And sometimes the best revenge is simply revealing the truth.